now joined by Peter Williams, who is the Managing Director at Private Traveller. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you.
Peter, apparently you have visited most of the destinations that you feature. How many destinations do you feature?
We feature probably about a dozen major destinations: Caribbean, Indian Ocean, Europe, Southern Europe for summer holidays, pretty well everywhere. And I have actually, over many years, been to most of them, and indeed to many of the hotels that we feature as well.
It's part of the job now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fun job,
yeah.
And it keeps me going.
Are you ready to pitch?
I am indeed.
Great.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to introduce you to Private Traveller. Having put the building blocks in place for the company over the last 18 months, we are now looking for a £200,000 investment, really to take us to the next level. Everything's set up, and we need this investment to actually expose our marketing and really get us going. Private Traveller is a luxury tour operator, and by that I mean that we package holidays, flights, accommodation and transfers to the destinations all over the world. We use the very best hotels, so we always try to go to the very best hotel in that destination. We try to be a one-stop shop. So in other words, if you're going, for example, to Barbados, we may only have 4 or 5 hotels. There may be several more than that, obviously, on the island, but we only pick the very best ones. We know the hotels very well, so we're able to advise our clients what's good, what's bad, and really why they should be going there, and to help them fit the right holiday for their requirements, whether it be families, couples, or whatever. We always use the very best airlines to get the people there. Our clients generally travel in first and business class, and we always use British Airways, Emirates, and the main airlines that you would expect. Occasionally for European travel, we do use low-cost airlines like EasyJet and Ryanair, because it's easier and clients don't mind actually booking those themselves. So in those instances, we will just sell the hotel and the transfer to get them from the airport. Our database and the way we sell, our sales channels are through our own private database, which I've built up over many years, and also through selected travel agents. So how did I get into this business? Well, a little bit of a story. I started life as an accountant. I worked for Iceland Frozen Foods, the retailer, for a number of years, and I've always been a frustrated travel agent. So I booked the holidays for my friends and my colleagues, and I used to encourage people to sort of travel, and I was really a passionate traveller myself. And then after I'd been there a number of years, an opportunity came my way to buy a travel agency which had been bought by Iceland, and I purchased that in 1996 and left the company at that time. It was a commercial travel agent, not a tour operator. So I saw an opportunity, having watched a number of my would-be competitors in the local area of Chester and North Wales building their businesses and being very successful. So I thought, well, I'll have a go at that myself. So I started and formed a company called Seasons in Style. We were very successful. We grew the company to a £10 million turnover in the first 5 years, and we were featured in the Sunday Times Fast Track list. Also, in the ensuing years, 2005 and 2009, we won the prestigious Condé Nast Best UK Tour Operator Award. I sold the business in 2009, and I missed it. I spent 4 or 5 years really playing golf and doing other things that you do when you sell your business. And I took on a consultancy about 4 years ago for another company, and during that time I went out and I met a number of my previous contacts, suppliers, hoteliers, and they said, well, Peter, why aren't you doing this for yourself? Shouldn't you really get involved and do this again? Anyway, about 18 months ago I said, yes, I'm going to do that. So I set about building the base of Private Traveller. So we are set up now. We're ATOL bonded by the CAA, which means we can legally sell holidays to clients. We have contracted 275-ish hotels all around the world, all the very top ones. We've got contracts with airlines and airline wholesalers, so we buy at the very best rates. and we've got destination management companies in the destinations that we feature. So all in all, we've got a product. The product is there, it's ready to go. We've got a very nice website which we've developed. It's got an interactive reservation system built behind it and a client database. So all in all, the company is ready to go to the next level, and this is why we need the investment to help us to do that. Finally, we're offering some nice incentives to investors if they would like to come and join us on our journey. And we are trying to encourage them by making investments that they can actually get discounts on holidays over the next 12 months. And I think the other important thing to mention, which I missed at the beginning, is that we have HMRC approval for SEIS and EIS tax relief. So enabling customer or investors rather to get relief against the investment that they make with us. So once again, thank you for allowing me this opportunity to introduce you to the company, and I hope that it may encourage you to come and join us in our journey. Thank you very much.
Peter, thank you. Good pitch.
Thank you.
Steve, have you got any questions?
Yeah. How luxurious are we talking? What's the...
Extremely luxurious. So we're looking
entry level and the most expensive hotel?
Yes. So for example, we would use Four Seasons, one and only. Quality Independence like Sandy Lane in Barbados. So it's the very top, because there's 5-star hotels and there's 5-star hotels. And
you flattered me by telling me the names of them as though I...
So I think people in our market would instantly recognise these hotels as being the very, very top end. So think of the Savoy, the Dorchester in London, Claridge's. Those we don't do UK, we do abroad, but it's that level that we're looking at. So it's not the sort of average 5-star that you might get if you were to book a first choice or something like that. No offence to them, but that's not the market. We're looking at the very high end.
Okay.
And what makes you different from your competitors?
I think the difference is that, I mean, we're all selling the same product at the end of the day, but this is a very, very big market and there's opportunity. We only need a very small portion of this market to be very successful. I mean, we're looking for a 4 million turnover in 3 years and a 10 million in 5 years. And I did that 15 years ago. So I should be able to do it again now, because obviously prices have increased. So I'm confident that I can do that. And, you know, I think that's where we're at, really.
I read somewhere interesting. It was about all about Instagram and the Instagram generation. Well, I think everybody's using Instagram, aren't they? That people want more exciting destinations, like unusual places, so that it looks better on their feeds. Have you found that?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of companies who go down what they call the experiential route, which is really what you've described, where they want to do cultural tours or go pony trekking in Patagonia or something like that. That is a market. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the high end, what you might term fly and flop holiday. So we're looking for the family who want to go to a 5-star deluxe hotel in Barbados for Christmas and New Year, or for Easter, or for a summer break, and they want to fly in the high end of the aeroplane. And you know, a typical package holiday for us could be anything from 25 to 50,000 pounds. That's not unusual. We're not looking for the 2,000 and 3,000s. These are expensive holidays, and of course the margins are good, but the client will never pay more than had they booked it themselves. So our service is to actually do all the work for the client. And this type of client doesn't always want to just sit in front of and book a weekend in Paris on the internet. They want the service that goes with it, to make sure they're going to the right destination at the right time of year. And we take care of all the frilly bits as well, like the restaurant reservations, the babysitting, the golf bookings, the spa treatments, etc.
And sometimes I suppose you can find better prices, or not.
Well, you won't find, you will not be able to get a package like we provide any less by doing it yourselves. That is what we are trying to portray. We will deliver a package to a client at the same cost as they would do themselves, with all the protection and the knowledge that goes behind it to deliver exactly what they're looking for.
Can I ask briefly about the exit? What are the ambitions of the company?
Well, I think we would like to, I mean, like everybody, we're not getting any younger. I want to get this business to a point in 5 years' time where we can sell it, similar to what I did previously, really. And I think it's not, beyond the realms of possibility that we could do that. And we're looking for this investment really to get us to that next level quicker. And that's why I think, the 5-year target is there, and that's what we're looking to achieve.
And who are likely buyers of a exclusive boutique travel agency?
Well, it would be a competitor. It could be somebody, an online, wanting to get into that particular sector, or an agency that maybe was operating in experiential, for example, who wanted to move into something else. Or maybe they wanted to, a company where they had lower end holidays and they wanted to move into the luxury sector. So I think there are a number of opportunities to exit.
And your previous company, who did you sell that to?
We sold it to the Eden Collection.
Oh, right. And
who are operating in that market now.
Learn a lot through that experience of taking a company to market?
Absolutely, yes. We actually sold a commercial travel agent. I sold the commercial travel agent that I bought was called Corniche Travel, and we sold that actually to Co-op about 6 or 7 years before I sold the tour operator. So I've actually engineered 2 trade sales in the past.
It can be quite a stressful experience, can't it?
It can, but enjoyable. And it's an enjoyable industry that we operate in. I mean, travel is fun. That's what's brought me back, really. I missed it. I want to have another go.
Yeah, well, good luck. I hope it goes well. How did you meet the people that are involved with your company, your team?
Well, I've worked with a lot of them in the past, and also particularly my marketing agent, who's been with me really since the start. And we've worked extremely well together over many years. We value each other's opinions, and we bounce ideas off each other. And between us, I think we've got a very good sales platform. You know, our website is as good as anybody else's. You won't know if you compared us to one of our competitors that really we are at this moment in time much smaller than they are. But you know, it won't take long for us to get going if we can get the right marketing push to deliver what we intend to.
And that's what you're raising the funds for, primarily?
Exactly. The funds are absolutely for marketing. That's what we want to do, to expand the business and to get it going quicker than we could otherwise.
Great. And where do you see the marketing journey taking you?
Where you mean?
Yeah, where?
Well, I think we have a database at the moment. We have a database of about 11,000 people, which we've built up over time. And we will be communicating to them through what we call e-newsletters. So it's a thing that you normally, I know people get inundated with things nowadays, but hopefully holidays are something that people like to look at, and especially if they're done properly, which they are. We've already tested this in the marketplace and we're getting good responses. We just need to do more of it, really. We get support from our suppliers to do this as well. So it's not all self-funded. Suppliers will have marketing budgets. They're looking always for good reasons to how to spend those, and we, give them those opportunities, and they come in with us and contribute. So that allows us to do even more marketing.
Can I ask? I assume these people at the moment, with the type of budgets they're spending, are using some kind of concierge service or some.
Some of them do use a concierge service, but we are sort of a concierge service as well.
Do you have that human face to it though?
Well, yeah. I mean, they talk. We're not an online booking engine, so we're not Expedia or anything like that. So our clients want to talk to somebody. Usually, when they're spending that sort of money, they do want to speak to somebody. So, for example, not only will we book the holiday, will we book the flight and the transfer and make sure everything's done in that respect. We'll make sure they're going to the right place. So if they're not unsure about a destination, through our product knowledge, we will make sure that the holiday they're getting is what they want and what they expect. And we'll also take on board booking things in advance. Like, for example, if you go to one of these hotels at a peak period and you want a spa treatment at 5 o'clock at night, you really do have to book it 2 or 3 weeks in advance. We'll tell the client that. You can't just turn up and expect to walk in the spa at 5 o'clock because it's full. Similar with restaurant reservations. We have all we know the best restaurants locally. If the client wants to go out and eat, we'll know through the hotel, we'll know babysitting services, we're able to book golf tee times and things like that as well. So yeah, we are a concierge in some respects, but more than that, primarily we're a tour operator, but we do offer the concierge service in addition to that, to make sure the client experience is exactly what it should be.
Peter, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today.
Okay,
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for the opportunity.
If you'd like to find out more about Private Traveller, you can do so on CrowdCube's website, crowdcube.com.